Good morning, children. Today in this class we are going to discuss about the types of settlements. Here settlements where the people are going to live in a particular place. Either it is a permanent settlement or temporary settlement. Now coming to we have been discussing about urban settlement here. So here when you talk about urban settlements, the settlements can be classified into three types. One is compact settlement, second one is scattered settlement, and third one is rural settlement. Let us each settlement will discuss this class. Clear?
Compact settlement. Here, a large number of houses are built very close to each other. It develops along with the river valleys and the fertile plains. It includes closely knit communities. It shares common occupations.
Compact settlement means here a large number of houses are built very close to each other. Normally what happens you see in the town areas, urban areas, houses will be built very close to each other. Large number of houses are built very close to each other in spot and develops along with the river valleys and fertile plains. It includes closely knit communities and it shares common occupations. Yes.
Scattered settlement. In scattered settlement, houses are spaced far apart from each other. They are interspersed with fields. A place of worship or a market binds the settlement together. It is found mostly in hilly tracts, thick forests, and in the regions of extreme climate.
This is what is scattered settlement. The people have been living in far away distance of each other. A place of worship or market binds settlement together. It is found mostly in the hilly tracts, thick forests, and in the regions of extreme climate. So this kind of settlement can be known as scattered settlement.
Rural settlement. This type of settlement is closely and directly related to land. It is relatively small sized. Primary activities are the main occupations of people living in rural settlement. The settlement acts as a hinterland and resource base for the urban centers. It can be compact or scattered. Social relations are intimate among the inhabitants. Let us explore some of the factors that lead to the growth of rural settlements. Water supply. Rural settlements are located near water bodies such as rivers, lakes, and springs, where water can be easily obtained. Land. People choose to settle near fertile lands as it is suitable for agriculture. Upland. It is chosen to prevent damage to houses and loss of life.
Factors affecting the growth of rural settlement is what is number one is water supply, land, upland. Yes, these are the affecting the growth of rural settlement. You see, water supply. Rural settlements are located near the water bodies such as rivers, lakes, and springs where water can be easily obtained. Clear? Number second one is land. People choose to settle near the fertile lands, fertile soil, as it is suitable for agriculture. And third factor is upland. It is chosen to prevent damage to houses and loss of life. So these are the three factors
Building material. The availability of building materials like wood, stone, etc. near settlements attracts population. Defense. During the times of political instability, war, or hostility of neighboring groups, the villages were built on defensive hills and islands. Land settlements. Land settlements are constructed by governments by providing shelter, water, and other infrastructures on acquired lands.
Apart from those water supply, land and appliance, these are also factors. Building material, defense, and land settlements.
What are the problems faced by rural settlements? The major problems faced by rural settlements are listed as follows. Inadequate supply of drinking water. Waterborne diseases, cholera and jaundice, are prevalent. Droughts and floods occur very often. Absence of irrigation, absence of toilet and garbage disposal facilities, poorly equipped infrastructure.
These are the main problems faced by the village people. The problems faced by the rural settlement. The problems faced by the village people are inadequate supply of drinking water. Yes, some of the villages you don't find even minimum drinking facilities. They used to go to the water places and drink and just carry by walk. And waterborne diseases. At the same time, they come across various diseases like cholera, jaundice, etc. And droughts and floods are very often. At the same time, irrigation is absent. And absence of toilet and garbage disposal facilities and purely equipped infrastructure. These are the common problems faced by the villages or rural settlements.
Unmanned roads, lack of modern communication network, shortage of adequate health and educational infrastructure, houses of mud, wood and thatch are susceptible to damage during heavy rains and floods. Architectural plans for most of the houses lack ventilation. Environment and settlement. People build houses to suit their environment. In the regions of heavy rainfall, they have slanting roofs. In the places where water accumulates in the rainy season, houses are constructed on a raised platform. Thick mud-walled houses with thatched roofs are very common in the areas of hot climate. The materials used to construct thick mud-walled houses are stones, mud, clay, and straw. Igloos are generally in the form of a dome constructed from blocks of ice. They are predominantly constructed by people in Canada's central Arctic and Greenland regions.
Igloos are generally in the form of a dome constructed from blocks of ice. Igloos are generally in the form of a dome, yes, and constructed from the blocks of ice. See. They are periodically constructed by the people in the Canada's Central Arctic and Greenland regions.
Let us move to a different topic, which is transport. Transport is a means by which the people and goods move. Movement of resources from the source to the main destination means a good means of transportation.
Let us define what is why is the people are and goods move. Movement of resources from source to the main destination needs a good means of transportation. See how the people have been carrying, transforming the goods.
Go through this series of pictures to look at different modes of transportation at different times. We will try to learn more about the modern modes of transportation through an animation in the following slide.
These are modern transportations.
Come children, let us explore different modes of transport. Everywhere we look around, we see different vehicles. We can travel and carry goods from one place to another. This process is known as transportation. The major modes of transport are roadways, railways, waterways, and airways. Let's know the story of transport. Earlier, people could only move on their own to travel. Slowly, they learned to ride horse and started carrying goods from one place to another on animals' backs. In search of new lands, they made boats and started using them for transportation through waterways. Gradually, people learned to give shapes to their boats by imitating the shapes of the animals living in water. A great change in modern modes of transport came with the invention of wheel. Animals were used to pull vehicles that moved on wheels. With the beginning of the 19th century, steam engine was introduced, which revolutionized the world. Apart from it, motorized boat, ship, and airplane came into picture and became popular means of transportation. As time changed, transportation systems became more advanced with the introduction of electric train and supersonic airplane. Nowadays, metro and monorail have become the convenient way of transportation in the cities. Although with time, transport has changed its form, but it